Welcome to Backyard Bows. Hey, welcome to Backyard Bows. I'm Brandon, and today we have another trail camera. So I made a promise to you guys at the very beginning. If people were going to send us stuff, especially if it's companies that I don't, everybody, but especially if it's companies that I don't know the product, the manufacturer, what it is, I'm really going to dive into it. I'm really going to field test it before I just sit here and give you a review about something that I'm not 100% positive on. So after about 45 days, that's when I first got this camera by CamPark. This one is the TC22. They have tons of different options online that we'll talk about in a second. I think this is one of the best ones with the best features for the best price. And this is the one that I had them send me, using it for kind of that hunting aspect, whitetail hunting aspect. And we'll go over all of the features in just one second. But I put this thing in the field for about 45 days, multiple different spots on multiple different settings, really trying to test this solar panel on top, which was the most intriguing part to me. So when I first got the camera in, that stood out to me the most. Is the solar panel going to charge the battery and keep it charged? Or is it going to work and do its function and do it good? That was kind of like my main question. And then also, am I going to have to put this thing in a full sunny open field for it to work? You know, I hunt in a lot of timber situations, and I kept thinking, man, I'm going to get this thing into the timber under a nice canopy, and this solar power panel on top isn't going to work properly. So after reviewing it, I can thoroughly say that's my favorite feature. I love that. I love not being able to have to change batteries all the time. Batteries are expensive, and I feel like they're getting more expensive, like $1 a battery. I hate the whole process of just having to change it constantly, especially if you're putting it in spots and getting as much pictures as I do. Man, batteries seem to just go faster and faster and faster. So I love that feature. So when you first get it, you open it up, you can turn it to a menu setting, you charge it for maybe 8 hours. Once it's fully charged, you put your SD card in, you can take a sample pic on the screen that's on the inside. I always love when they have a screen on the inside so you can kind of view videos and pictures without having to download from the card onto your phone or taking the card away and then having to bring it back. I love if you on a hunt, you can slip in, view a couple pictures, kind of go to your stand. I love having that little screen on the inside, but you can take a sample pic and then you're ready to go. You can set it on video, you can set it on photo, or you can set it on a dual video photo option. And then immediately it just starts taking pictures. So at first I put it on just a photo option. There's two things that I wanted to see. One, on the lower setting of photo quality, what is the quality going to be like? Because to be honest, I've said it before, but I'm not trying to take the best pictures in the world. I'm trying to get information. So usually if I have a camera, I'm going to set it on a little bit lower quality setting, and I'm going to try to save myself some storage and some battery usage, but I want the pictures to be good enough to just get a little bit of information. So I set it right on the lowest setting. We put it up on a field where I knew I was going to get a ton of activity at nighttime, a little bit of activity in the daytime. Usually we get a couple motion pictures across this field of deer. So sure enough, I got everything that I needed. Two things. One, the motion pictures were great. Even on the lowest setting, you still got the information that you needed. Also at nighttime, some of the pictures were picking up deer that were 50 yards off. I love that because I just had one of them stealth cameras I hunted over the other day. I had a coyote run by maybe at 20 yards. I'd check on my phone to see if it popped up, and it never even captured it. So again, I love the quality, and I wasn't sure because you really don't know if it's capturing something far away or not until you see something like that happen, and you're like, man, I wonder if it caught that at 20 yards, and sure enough, it doesn't. You're like, wow, I wonder what else it hasn't caught running apart, that far away on that trail. This thing was picking up pictures that were like 40, 50 yards off. I love that. Now, it was an open field, but you can tell, I love the wide angle of these pictures that it's taking. So it's capturing a really wide angle and really, really far depth. Again, at a lower setting, the quality is pretty good. And then you had a couple coyote and another deer run through in the daytime getting those motion pictures. Those were nice as well. So then you can switch it over to the video option. There's a couple things I loved about this. One, you can add audio to it, which I kind of like. And I know some of you probably do too. And then the other is you can extend the length of the video from, I think it's 3 seconds up to 3 minutes. But in case you're trying to problem solve, okay, that's where I thought that really came in handy. I love a long video, but it's going to use up a lot of storage. But if you're going to put this thing up on a chicken coop or something where you're trying to problem solve how a raccoon or something is getting into your coop, I love the fact that it can take a 3-minute long video with audio. That to me was just an awesome feature. It also has dual lenses, so it has a lens for nighttime and it has a lens for daytime, which is just going to get you the best quality pictures of both. So on the highest settings, you can get the best quality pictures in the daytime. And then also another cool feature with this nighttime lens is it has a starlight feature, which is going to take that really, really low light and be able to take color photos, which I thought was really cool as well. But I love the dual lens because you're getting the best of both worlds. The daylight lens is directed for daylight pictures. The nighttime lens is directed for nighttime pictures. So you're getting the best quality of both. It also has infrared night vision, so it's not going to scare anything off. I like that too because I take a lot of nighttime cameras. You can always tell when animals are picking up to your camera. They'll literally just run right up to it. But I didn't have anything like that happen. So when we did switch it over to the video, I just put it on a 5-second video. I put it on a little mock scrape where I had a rope hanging, and sure enough, we got a nice little buck coming in. And again, it's on a lower setting. I put it on a lower setting of the video as well, and it takes a pretty nice quality video even on a lower setting. So for $150, I think with the features that you're getting, it is awesome. One more thing about the solar panel, I put it on a field on the open light, and obviously it was at 100%, but then I also put it in the deep timber on like the south side facing of a tree where it wasn't picking up that light coming in through the field edge. It was really tucked away in there, low to the ground, and it still was at 100%. And 45 days later, I'll tell you right now, the battery's at 100%. So it says it lasts up to a year, these 2 lithium batteries. That's if it's getting a lot of usage. So if you're getting somebody just gets a couple pics here and there, I think this thing will last even longer than that. I mean, to me, that is awesome. You don't ever, all you do is have to turn it on and place it wherever you're going. You don't have to turn it off when you want to get it out of there, put it back on somewhere else. I set this thing kind of on the edge of the porch right here under the awning, even though it's waterproof and dustproof, and it still just stays charged. I love that. This thing's ready to go at all times. So another feature is you can download a Wi-Fi app on your phone, and when you go to check the pictures and cameras, as long as you're within 10 meters, you can just download everything on the app on your phone instead of having to take a SIM card out or have the little adapter to kind of download stuff off the SIM card. As long as you're within 10 meters of the phone, you can just download everything real quickly onto your phone, and you can go off to your stand, check everything while you're in your stand. I thought that was cool too. CamPark have a ton of different trail cameras online. They have a ton of different other cameras as well. It seems like they make a little bit of everything, but the trail cameras, they have a ton of different options, all range of prices. For the first one that I've ever put my hands on, definitely Backyard Bows approved. I will put this thing back out in the field directly after this review. I love this thing. The next camera that we have up is a cellular camera by Camo Jojo. Man, any camera that they send me, I'll sit here and put it in the field and definitely review them. I love trail cameras. I love the whole process behind it. I love trying to find animals, kind of that third perspective of getting in the woods. It's kind of that behind the scene perspective of being in the woods and finding what's in there and getting excited about what you're hunting. Trail cameras are one of my favorite aspects of hunting. And the TC22, I loved it. We'll see you next time.